tell you. I hope the sack is full up. I'm fucking, no, I'm fucked up. Spend it when I get that. I ain't trying to keep you. Can't keep up a conversation. Can't nobody read you. Why your eyes well up? Did you call me from a seance? You were from my past life. Hope you're doing well, bro. I've been out here head first. Always like the head first. Signal coming in and out. Hope you're doing well, bro. Everybody needs you.
Hello. Mosh's Tech is today. Welcome to the show. Sorry about that double intro play there, at least the start of it. It looked like my intro was off-center, like it was raised too high or something. So I wanted to double check on it. As usual, today is my favorite day on the show. Tech Talk is like my favorite freaking thing ever. I apologize, I'm a little bit late today. 3 minutes late. I don't like being late any minutes. But today was a crazy work day, and we got a lot of stuff straightened out. We have a lot of questions about the new contract, and the stuff is just like an insane... you know, in the engineering world, no one does anything. It's funny because you do system engineering to pre-plan for a large system that's releasing, but the run-up to getting the system engineering in place is always like a mad dash to the end, and they always wait. And now we're at a point where it's like 30 days out from completing this thing. So it's... they're talking contracts right now. I just wrote a big email to my... to the CEO of my of the firm and our contracts person to clarify some stuff. But man, crazy day. What's up, Lazy Baked? How you doing? Excuse me. I just saw a shirt. It looks like a good shirt. Okay, so today's a tech show. We have a bunch of things to talk about. A few. I wish today was a build show, but it's not. The build show is going to be next week. I want to start by discussing a little bit of a problem I had today. Last night on the show, there was a bit of a tech problem. We experienced some crashing and drops while playing Hitman 2, and then saw the same drops in Call of Duty, which would lead me to believe there was a hardware issue. So I spent this, and by the way, after the stream yesterday, I popped back into Call of Duty to see if maybe it was a problem with streaming, maybe OBS was killing me or something. Nope. So I did a long mem test this morning, memory test you can do on any machine. Just go to memtest.com or something like that, download the program. It's very small, it's very light, and it'll test all the memory on your system, all the RAM. So I did that in a 27 gig. I have 32 gigs on my machine. I did a 27 gig block, and I got about 50 errors or 60 errors on that. So that could have been an indication on why things were slow or choppy, or I could see some glitches when I tried to load the Windows menu and things. So basically, I popped out that RAM, went down to the store to pick some up. Now it became this whole big fiasco because the closest electronics store to me is Best Buy by about 30 miles. I would prefer to go to Micro Center, but unfortunately today was a day when I couldn't go because I had very, very important meetings this afternoon that I had to be at. So I kind of settled for Best Buy, and then there was some weird thing where like they didn't have 32 gigs of any of the RAM, so I had to drive to another Best Buy to pick up another package of sticks, then drive back to my Best Buy and pick up the same sticks again from this one. That was a result of me originally buying the RGB Vengeance sticks from Corsair, which are just fine, but one of them was dead. Of course, would be my luck, right? Put it in my machine, loaded it up. I saw in there it's only registering 16 gigs out of 32. I'm like, huh? There's 32 gigs. There's 4 sticks in there. What's going on? So I popped them all out. put in just 2, registered 16. Swap the 2, put them in, just registered 8. So one of those sticks were dead. So I had to take it back, okay? But the problem is you can't just keep one set of sticks and then buy another set that is a different brand, because Best Buy only had 2 packages in the whole store. So and they had no other dual packages of any of the other RAM. So that's why I had to drive out to the other Best Buy, then drive all the way back to this Best Buy. It was just it's such a stupid thing where, like, if I had just gone to Micro Center, I could have just had it the first time. But because of the way my meetings were, I didn't have a block period long enough where I could drive all the way out to Best Buy. Or Micro Center. It's about an hour away. But I put the 32 gigs in now. Check the Windows. It's registering. It's 32 gigs, so I think we're pretty good. I'm hoping that clears up my problem. I'm hoping that was the problem. If not, I just spent a bunch of money on new sticks that I don't need. I'm hoping that was the issue. I don't know what else it could be if it's not. Motherboard, maybe I just have to start swapping all the pieces out. Luckily, next week, I'm putting everything into a chassis, so that should be no big issue. For those that have not been following the show in some time, I have a, I don't think I can show you how I would do that. There is a whiteboard in my office. I work from home. There's a whiteboard in my office where I keep notes and things for work, and I've transitioned it into a notes and things for the stream on that whiteboard. So now I drew like a regular rack, and I have it split up into 4 sections. I've done it on MS Paint before on this program, but basically I have a 4U chassis, which is my stream PC. That's what I'm streaming from right now. We've taken a look at it. Let me load up the other camera, and I'll actually show you. Let me go to the main screen. It might be black because OBS is not. That's okay that it's black. Mosh beard when? Is that for no shave? Is that what we're talking about? So I'll show you I'll turn on the camera real fast. You'll be able to see it. Let's see which one is which. Look at that one. Oh, you can see a little bit of the whiteboard there in that screen. Right up there, right above where, oh, here's my stream, the stream one. Right up there, you can see a bit of the rack layout I have on the whiteboard. That's what I use. No shave never. You guys grow good beards, though. I don't grow a good beard. My beard always looks weird. Is it, what's up? What's up with you? Oh, good. That's not what I wanted. One sec, guys. Not what I wanted. It's the other. I have 4 cameras, and I keep picking the wrong one. I'm sorry, give me a second. It should just be C920, I guess. Second, third, C920. Okay, it's just not registering, so yeah, I'm not sure why right now. Annoying. Let me go to this cam instead, and we'll do it. We'll do the swap view. Okay. So if you can see this box here, can you see that a little bit? Yeah, there's a big box right over here that sits on the desk. I'm sorry that my you know what? Instead of doing that, hang on a second. Better idea. I can't believe my third camera's not working. I see the blue lights on. It should be working just fine. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I know you work. I can see you working. Don't lie to me. C920. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to move the camera. Good enough. Yeah, it's funny because it's on. It's active right now. Because C920 has that blue light around it. It's active. It's not working. So this box right here. There's a bunch of stuff covering it, but if you take a look, you can actually see the size of the chassis. I put a lot of pictures on Instagram one day of it, but it's right there. Okay, so that big silver thing. That's it. It stretches underneath the light a little bit, so you can't see the whole thing, but it's there. It's about 25 inches long, I believe, is the exact length. So what I did was, now here was the conundrum. I have a Threadripper 1950X in my gaming PC. Okay, and by the way, you can see any of the stats for any of my stuff by typing in some of the commands: ! gaming PC, ! stream PC. You can see the components in each. I built this just fine. So then I have a 1950X in my gaming machine, but the problem with that is it's a TR4 socket, and it doesn't take regular size coolers because it is super powerful. It's like a monster. So the cooler that I need to get for it is a Cooler Master, like Master Pro series or something, Master Air, whatever they call it. It's a beefy freaking fan. Now, here's the intricacy of chassis. Okay, they're built in height. So when you look for a chassis, you'll see 1U, 2U, 4U, 8U, 6U, any kind of U. U is a height measurement, and it's approximately 1.75 inches for 1U. The standard is 4U for a thick system. Server blades, when you hear the term blade, it's really cringy for IT people to hear that. But my boss used to call server blades 1U racks. You'll see those in a lot of movies and stuff. You see a bunch of 1U stuff slotted into a big rack, those tall things where you see you can slide computers into them. 1Us you can't game on those. They're too small, and they're super loud. You'll notice you don't hear any ambient sound from the server that's sitting right here, right next to my microphone. That's because I have purchased these specific fans. So there's a company called Arctic, which makes these silent series fans, and they're fabulous. If you can get your hands on them, do it. Replace all the fans in your tower with these. They do a great job, just the same. They cost not much more, but they have this like a turbine, this oil turbine inside that lubricates the fans. I know there's a lot of trigger words in there. I should rephrase that when Juice is in the channel. So it keeps the fans real silent. You can barely hear this thing, and it's got like 12 fans in it. So the problem with the Threadripper was that the fan is too large. It's 165 millimeters. Now the problem with that is that 4U is about 172 millimeters. Okay, so if just the fan is 165 millimeters, I got like 7 millimeters to play with. Now we're talking about I got to put the board on. I got the pegs that the board sits on. Then I got my the chip that sits on there and the little heatsink that it sits on. It's not enough room, or it will touch the top, which you do not want that to happen. So originally I was thinking I'll go with 6U, I'll go with 5U, I'll go a little bit bigger on the rack. Those are very hard to find because the standard sizes are 1U, 2U, and 4U. When you start talking about 5U, then you're getting into military grade stuff that you pay a lot for. So I'm not about to do that. Instead, I bought a specialized fan. So I'm going to take out the fan that I bought for my TR4 socket and do, I don't know, nothing with it. Maybe I'll use it again when I get the next Threadripper, but it'll be wasted. And instead I'll be putting on this Noctua 92 millimeter thing. So this is a TR4 socket, so it's rated to cool a Threadripper, but it's a reduced form factor size, so you can slide it into a chassis. So I'm pretty excited to install this guy. And that will be next Wednesday. We'll be building that. Now, this takes 92 millimeter fans, which aren't standard. Usually it's 80 millimeter, 120 millimeter. If you have a regular custom PC or a regular PC case that stands upright, every fan in there will be 120, I bet. When you get into 1U servers, 2U servers, 4U servers, then you're going to see 80 millimeter fans. These I had to buy 90 millimeters. These are special F9 Arctic fans, the silent version, of course, that will replace the standard fans that come with this one because I want everything silent running in my machine because it's going to sit on my desk. Oh, jeez. I have a lot. So basically, I have all my piece parts ready for the build. The only thing I don't have is the rack. And as you might imagine, shipping a 40-pound, 2.5-foot rack is difficult for UPS to ship like overnight. Thank you so much for the host, Athena. I was very happy to see your stream the other day. And I hope your Stack Up campaign is going quite well. I think you're still doing that. I hope there's a running total for Twitch Kittens. That'd be cool to see. Yeah, so anyways, the chassis ships in one piece. So that thing, the guy like is coming to deliver it to the door like this because it weighs quite a bit and it's in a huge box. So that's getting delivered on Monday. Next Wednesday is our target for the build show. Unlike last time, in this build show, I'm going to have the multiple camera angles set up on it so you guys can see exactly how we're placing each piece in, how we switch out the fans, just kind of generally how to build a PC. Yeah, thank you so much for the host, Shem. Just pop it in for a moment to say hi. Hi. Thank you for the cookies. And thank you for the host, Shem. So you can see sort of how to build a PC, and actually it's easier to take a look at it in the chassis. The chassis is just so much bigger than a PC case. I have a very large tower. It's a Corsair. You know what? I just told Skiwi the other day the number, and I don't remember. It's a very, very popular brand, Corsair case. A lot of people have them. It's probably the most popular one. But it's huge. But it's still a little constrained when you start putting in the graphics card and start putting in other things. It gets a little tight. The chassis, you take the top off, it's like, you know, you're in a 4,000 square foot home now. Like, it's huge. There's plenty of room to move around. So I think it'd be good to watch a build on that type of thing. It'd be equivalent to me putting the motherboard down here and just sort of putting the things onto the motherboard just while I was laying here. It's about equivalent to that. It's a lot of space. It's gonna be easy to see. So if you have any questions about building your own stuff or how to install different things, that'll be a good show to watch, especially if you don't do water-cooled fans. I would do a water-cooled system for my CPU if I could, but because of the way the radiators work on those things, you cannot put them in chassis, because chassis has to have like a positive air pressure flow through the system because the top is not off. There's no vent at the top or the bottom or the sides, just front to back. It's a little bit different. And the radiators are usually like, they're 120 millimeter fans. Sometimes they're 130, but a lot of times it's like there's a custom like plastic casing around the radiator and around the fan pieces. It just makes it too big to install in a chassis. I've seen some people do custom mods of their chassis. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm not interested in breaking apart my equipment. I am, however, interested in getting it spray painted, and I'll talk about that a little later. I'm doing WoW stuff and watching. I'll chime in when I see fit. You'll chime in when I say, Shem. Thank you. But, so anyways, that's the build coming on Wednesday. That'll be fun. I have most of the pieces. I do have slide racks, too. Oh, sorry. So, I have these. I haven't opened it yet, but I'll show you kind of what they look like. These are for a rack-mounted server. If you are in IT, you know exactly what they are. But I want to show you so you get the right idea. For those that may not know. Pretty standard for the IT world. But these are rails. Now, they're greased up, so I'm not going to pull it out of the bag. But these slide. You can see... see which one is the... There we go. You can see a little bit how it works. Oh, you can't. Well, you can see it moving there a little bit. Anyways, what basically is going to happen, this is going to attach to the side of my chassis. Attach the other side as well. I have two here, 2 boxes of them. So I'm going to put the other one on the other chassis when it gets delivered. Why am I doing that? Because when the rack mount comes, I'm going to slide them into the rack mount and mount them that way. The reason why I don't want them mounted directly to it is because if you slide rack them, it's a little bit easier to dismount and to make upgrades and repairs and things. And since I tend to buy a lot of hardware and change things over time, it kind of makes the most sense for me, basically. Am I able to put these back in? What is the puzzle that I need to solve to get these back together? Let's try this. Yes. Okay. I did it. Look at that. I'm just as good at puzzles as From. Okay. So those rails are going to go on the chassis. They're going to be slid into the rack. And the idea is that on the rack, the bottom portion will be reserved for the mixer, because I'll be putting that on a sliding shelf that will pull out, and I'll be able to turn my mixer knobs. Then the other two will just slide out if I need to make upgrades or need to change them. The idea is that this whole thing started, this whole rack started for this idea I had for a business, where you could put together a server rack that would be a stream rack. And I could take it to anyone's house and set it down, and they could plug it into their monitors and then begin streaming just like that. They'd have everything they need plugged in. Have their mixer, have their equipment, or whatever, right there, all set. All they need to do is plug in monitor, mouse, keyboard, that's it. Internet. The reason why you put these things on racks is because when you get to a certain level of business where it becomes a product and you want it to be a standard solution, or maybe have tiers of solutions for quality of hardware, if something breaks, the easiest solution is to go, here's what you're going to do. If someone's going to repair it themselves, I'm going to send you a new rack. You slide this one out, set it on the ground. You slide the new one in, plug the same things in, done. That's it. If you're close enough, or if I have technicians, it depends on the business. You have technicians in the area. I send a technician out with a new box. He slides it in because there's no downtime in this service. You're ready to go 2 minutes later. So slide in, plug, turn on, the end. You're streaming. It's more of a ease of access and ease of repair. I'm not sure how I would word it. Hey, thanks, Master. Thank you for the follow. But that's the idea behind that rack mount. Just besides the fact that I want it to happen. The other interesting thing about the rack that I'm going to buy, and I've talked about before, is we're going to try and replace one of the sides with edge-lit glass. Edge-lit glass is interesting, and I've talked with many people on the Knowledge Fellowship Discord, which is a group I'm a part of, that edge-lit glass is great. You can do different things on it. It looks just like glass, but when you etch on it or when you draw on it, it will reflect that color of dry erase or that marking or whatever. So it would be interesting to put that up on the side of the rack, and then each day I could leave a little message on it. We could draw a little Hero Squad symbol on or something, and basically when this camera's on, this camera over here, you can't see, it's up there, the one that's not working right now, that one would show like the intro screen, and it would come down right across the screen here. This would be the view of it. Bam, right to the side of the rack, sitting right here, and you'd see the new message of the day written on the edge of the glass. That's the idea. That's the vision in my head. I'm very interested in making it work, and eventually that might evolve as well, because one of the other upgrades we're doing on the show is we're going to replace the Brio, the Logitech 4K cam, with the DSLR, drop the green screen down, and now we're going to have the room view with a little depth of field, and we might put the rack back there so you can see it. That's all future planning type stuff for the show. If you're new to the show, this is a show that constantly evolves. The amount of upgrades and stuff I've done just in the last 3 months is absurd. So anyways, that's super exciting. That's coming. That build is going to be next Wednesday. Once again. Okay, so I got the fans. I got the sliding things. I do want to maybe think about rack mounting my my routers and the switch and make that part of the solution. Tech show. What was next on the agenda? That's server rack talk. We want to also do what? What did I say I was doing earlier? Rack build, new VIP system. Look at the new chassis pieces. I would love to order the chassis today, so we might talk a little bit about the U depth of it and then go order it. Maybe we'll talk about that right now. So here's the deal. I talked about the rack. You saw the picture a little bit earlier up on the shelf. This is a 4U system. I would like at least 3 or 4U. Probably 4U. Sliding rack. Sliding shelf. I'm sorry, not sliding rack. Sliding shelf in that rack on the bottom of the rack so that I can slide in and out my mixer to be able to use it on the fly. And then when I'm done for the day, I just slide it right back in. Or I can turn the volume up to how I usually have it, like when I'm working. Since I work from home, I just turn my chair over here and work. I'll have these headphones on. They have like a 12-foot cable or something on them. And I'll just turn the music up to where I want it and slide it back in. The top of that, I left some space for... Yeah, I left a question mark. So Stream PC has a 4U marking. Gaming PC has a 4U marking. By the way, I'm pointing to the whiteboard, which you can't see, so sorry. And then 3U to 4U on the bottom is the shelf and the mixer. Now the top one, I have it earmarked for Switch, Cloud Lifter, and miscellaneous. The Switch I think will need to go on because I use NDI, which is not a capture card solution. I don't stream with Elgato equipment or AverMedia or any of those guys or Hopwog. I used to. I've recently gone, I mean not recently, maybe about a year ago, to full NDI stream, which is basically passing the full frames of video to over the Ethernet to my Stream PC. So, or actually, I keep pointing over here because that's what the monitor is. But from the ground to this box. And the only way you can do that is by having two gigabit Ethernet switch cards, 2 gigabit Ethernet cards in your computers, and then a gigabit Ethernet switch. And then you just plug both the computers into the switch, and then they sort of just pass information back and forth. Why do you need a gigabit switch? Why? Because the frames are too big, basically. There's a lot of talk on the internet when you look at things like where is it? It's okay, it's not working at the moment. But basically, you need the gigabit because it can the frames past. Oh, I know why it's so low, because I don't have OBS on. Derp. Once I turn OBS on, it'll shoot up, and I'll show you guys the network usage. But basically, it goes over 100 megabits, which is the next step down. So the switches you can buy are 100 megabits or gigabit. Right? I mean, today it's pretty much standard gigabit, I think. I think every single built-in integrated I/O board Ethernet port you have on any PC you buy today is going to be gigabit. I can't imagine getting anything less than that. Let's see what this says now in terms of spent. Yeah. So if you take a look at my, this is my Ethernet usage right now. So look what happened. See what it went from nothing, bam, now we're up to 112 megabits a second. And this is with nothing on the screen right now. If we start trying to render Call of Duty or something, it's going to push even more. So this is why you need the gigabit service. You can see the 200s up here. Now we're over 100, just chilling, pretty standard up here. We started streaming, playing more stuff. It's going to go up higher. If you just have 100 megabits, you're blowing the top right off the switch already. So gigabit Ethernet switches are super cheap. I think I got mine from Best Buy, which is notorious for overcharging, for like 20 bucks or 30 bucks. Get the most basic one. You need nothing fancy when it comes to switches. Switches are very dumb machines. You just plug two ends in, it throws internet around. That's it. It throws packets around on it. I do have a more heavy-duty Nighthawk router that is involved in the chain, but that is a connection before my router, and that's when I bring in my home internet as well. I have a home Wi-Fi, and but my Stream PC and my Game PC are wired on a separate line that go into the Nighthawk router from that switch. Okay, so anyways, that's just a little bit about that. So the switch that I want to mount up there is probably going to be a basic rack mount switch. I'm not completely convinced I want it rack mounted yet. Here's why. Because rack mount switches are very thin, and they rack mount on the back of racks. Because what happens is, usually in tall, like 42 or 48U racks, like with the door that you see in the movies, or if you're in IT, you see every day when you go to the office, the switches will be at the top on the back of the rack, because all the Ethernet ports are in the back of these blades or 1U servers, and they just run up to the switch, and the IT guys, will route them appropriately or do different colors and things. But it's mostly in the back because you don't want all those cords in the front. The one reason I may not want that in this system is because I want a shelf which can... Maybe I just convinced myself otherwise. I was actually thinking, do I want to put more than just the switch up there? Do I want to put the cloud lifter up there? Cloud lifter is a piece that's connected to my Shure SM7B. It just raises gain, pretty much. Or raises the dB level, rather. I may not need it now that I think about it. Because I could just put the cloud lifter on the same shelf as the mixer. So why would I need another shelf? I could just get a rack mount, screw on the back, basic, cheap gigabit Ethernet switch. Is probably gonna be like 48 ports and still cheap because those, because every server needs them, and they're you know, companies have a billion of these things. That may be what I'll do. But that's it, and then the rack is complete. Now, a little bonus piece when I mentioned spray paint. So one of the things I was thinking about doing to these boxes is getting them painted. And I talked to a custom case builder. Not a custom case builder, but it's a company that has a line of 4U chassis. Their product, unfortunately, didn't work for mine because it was a little bit too short. But I did ask him about spray painting these cases, saying, hey, do you know people that do this? Is there someplace I could take it to get it custom painted or something, or some kind of custom build shop for a PC? And he basically said, you know what you should do is go down to an auto body shop. Oh, why? Because they spray paint car doors and stuff. They will absolutely take a blank, flat piece of sheet metal and paint it no problem. The top of these chassis is removable. That's how you get to all the innards. So you can just slide this off, take it down to my local car body or body shop, give them an idea of what I want painted, see if they can do it, and just let them spray paint the side of a freaking thing. Get them powder coated so you don't have to worry about chipping. I'd never even heard of that, but thank you for that tip. What is that? Okay, it just prevents chipping. All right. Yeah, basically I want to be able to, I want to slide out the box and it to be some kind of design where it's like, you know, Mosh stream box or something like that. I thought that'd be pretty neat. The rest of it is sheet metal as well, but I'm not taking this whole thing down. I can't remove the sides or the bottom and take it down to the shop. The top, however, is removable, and I think that'd be a good spot because when I pull it out, you can see the top of the thing. Hero Squad, yeah. Hero Squad stream box. I love it. Some kind of interesting design like that. I'm thinking something along the lines of like a tattoo where there's a bunch of different little things involved on like a big canvas. I mean, the thing is like 2 feet by probably almost 3 feet. So it's a large area. They have a large area to work with. There's not some tiny thing. There's no holes in it. It's completely flat. So I have a feeling that a body shop would be, yeah, absolutely, we can do that. Because it's probably easier to work with than a door with different, what do you call it? Like levels or indents and plateaus and things. So, yeah, it's easy peasy. Okay, yeah, I figured something flat like that would be like, yeah, dude, no problem. I'm sure it's roughly equivalent to like painting like the hood of a car is relatively flat. I'm sure guys are fine with that. I think that some of the fancy decals you see on the side of cars probably has a lot to do with like, I think there's some element of wrapping, like you wrap a design on it. Actually, Shem is a car guy. He would know, but I think it's something like that. I don't know if they spray paint that. So that's another piece. I know I need to increase my mixer soon. I have an 8-channel Yamaha MG, or I'm sorry, a 10-channel Yamaha MG10XU. It's full up. I used to work in auto body. Oh, okay. And also as a mechanic. I knew that. Did you go to a car show recently or something? I'm pretty sure there was a car show or a picture at a car show. Something like that. Or maybe you and Hay were talking about car shows. I don't remember. Anyways, that's the plan for that. Let's take a look at, first of all, let's look at the chassis again, or the rack again. I think we've done this a few times on my show. And it's kind of depressing that I haven't ordered it yet. So I need 4U for the game PC. I need 4U for the stream PC. I think I'm going to go conservative and say 4U for the mixer shelf. The top can probably be like 3U, maybe 2U, depending on how thick that switch is. Let's actually take a look at that. I'll bring it over in a second. Okay. Let's look at rack mount switches. This is exactly what I was talking about. So you can see a switch. You go to Best Buy. If I go to Best Buy right now, I'm sure I could look up Best Buy. Let's go there. I'm just using Best Buy because it's close to my house. Let's say gigabit. Oh, I don't. Stupid things. Gigabit switch. Let's see what it says. It probably has my exact one on here. That's pretty close. Okay, 5 port. I don't have a neck here, but 5 port, $34, $35. Okay, 5 ports on that guy. We go look at these rack mount ones. Patch panel compatible. Yeah, look at this. Patch panels deliver a steady 250 megahertz connection and copper gigabit switches. Yeah, I think you could just use that. Oh no, that might be a little too complex. I want a rack mountable one. I guess these are what I used to order. So like $70. Here's a $50 one. Desktop or rack mount on this guy, and this is far more than enough ports. 8 port gigabit switch, $50. So like $20 more for a rack mount version. I'll take it. Although I don't super like TP-Link, but I think at this point it doesn't matter as long as it does the job. 24 port unmanaged switch, $49. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's roughly the same price. They're just huge. No home setup needs that. Needs 24 ports. Yeah, me and the buddies do a charity car show 2 times a year for breast cancer. That's right. That's what I was thinking of. That's the car show. So I'll be probably getting one of these. I'm not gonna order it yet until I get the rack because this is the last stage. That's like the polish stage, and I can just use my switch until then. I don't need a rack mount solution for the switch. However, we will need a rack. So we said 4, 4, 4, maybe 2 or 3. What are we talking about? We're talking about 15U, 14U. Let's take a look at what we got. Let's say rack. Server rack. Let's see what we have. See, I was considering getting one of these that have no sides on it and then putting the side on myself and making one of them edge lit. Kind of neat, right? StarTech design. I'm sure I can get the other sides for free. But basically, this is what the rack looks like. There would be no casters on it. The casters are the wheels on the bottom. It would be just like an HTPC feet. HTPC is home theater computer. But basically, you put like, just like you see on the bottom of chairs and stuff, like a little bit of a soft padding on the bottom of these things. And then it's just going to sit on my desk right here. This is, what is this, 12U? That's adjustable width? Adjustable depth. Open frame. 4-post server rack with casters and levers. Cable management hooks. What's the price on this guy? $188. That's what I'm talking about. I was describing that how cheap some of the server stuff is. I think my case is like $250 or something. My single PC case. These two chassis, by the way, the 4U chassis, $90. That's a cheap PC case. $90 for that big guy. 22U nav point is a little bit big. I'm probably just going to go cheap on this. It's just a rack. I mean, I'm going to get it painted and put on some kind of fancy stuff. So I don't need anything too intricate. I don't need the acoustic dampening ones or anything because I already have all the silent fans in this guy. 15U with the door on it. These are removable, I think, these side doors, right? Yeah. This is 15U, and this is a height of 29 inches. I don't think I have my measuring tape down here. Shit. 90 each or both. My case was 500 when I got it. Holy Christ, dude. That's an expensive freaking case. Yeah, 90 each. So each of these 4U servers were $90. It's a crazy deal. They're really good too. But they were bare bones. They didn't come with anything. So yeah, each of those were $90, and then so the biggest expense is going to be the rack that holds them, basically. But I bet I can get it around 200, I think. You can put this equipment on the wall too. That'd be crazy. Just this thing hanging off the side of my wall. So here's a 15U. That's wall mount. I'm not a super fan of wall mount. Those are a little less deep. 9U is just not going to work for me. I wish it did. Your case? Let me see. Oh, damn. It's pretty sexy. I like how it opens. Nice case, man. Holy crap. What do you have, a bit mining case? Looks really nice. The one thing the one thing I really like about chassis and doing the build in them is this. Look at, I mean, even this being a really nice case in a custom PC build. Look at how much extra like infrastructure there is here. You got like a gating here. These are all shroud stuff they put on. So these are like slots for the HDD cages. You have some kind of weird divider here for the power supply and fans. I'm not totally sure what this guy is, or why the shelf is in here. But that's, yeah. So this is the bare bones view. So you can see this is like a self-contained compartment. I'm sure it's very nice for routing and everything. But it seems like it's so shut off. Like when I open up the case, I want to see just posts from my motherboard. That's basically what a chassis gives you. You open up the case, you just have posts. I have one divider in there for fans. People used to fit 2 PCs in this case. Holy shit.
Make sure you speak up. Okay. What's your name?
That would have to be really well cooled for that to happen. Pretty nice though. I like it. I think my case is the standard Corsair case. I think it's the most popular one. I would almost bet it's going to be in the top 5 most popular. I like all these fancy see-through ones now that are so sexy. I see a lot of streamers with these sitting up on their desk. They look real nice. Yeah, they look real nice. Oh, wow, man. Maybe my case is pretty old now. About mine a few years ago. When did they all start going just completely black front? I think this is it. Yeah, 780T. I'm pretty sure this is the one. What was the difference between this one and the other one? Graphite Series Full Tower White. Okay, I didn't get white. Yeah, this is my case that I have right now. I have my machines in. So 179 for this case. Or an enormous rack. I mean, it's and these cost me 90. But they're not as pretty to look at. So their utility, ease of use, ease of replacement, they're not supposed to be fancy, which is why I'm gonna spray paint it and make it fancy. I don't know how much that's gonna cost me. I'll have to find that out. I might actually ping you for that, Shem. Like, what would you charge for spray painting a 2x3 piece of sheet metal, or putting a graphic on it, or whatever it entails with that? Like, is it a tattoo? Can you lay a print on it and like spray paint, like stencil? I'm not totally sure. But I may hit you up for some info. So I'm thinking I can do 15 pretty easily. I might be able to get away with 12. No, I can't get away with 12. Unfortunately. I need to go one up. Can I specify by you here? Server rack, let's say 15. Oh, I'm sorry, 15U. $15U. Yeah, let me get 25U. See all search result for server rack 15. Oh, it's sponsored ads. That's why. Or it's sponsored post. So 15U wall mount, $100. That comes super bare. You can see that. $15U with a door. I don't think I want wall mount. I think wall mount comes in a different dimension that I'm not interested in. 15U 4-post open frame server rack enclosure, 19-inch adjustable depth, $159. This looks like what I'm looking for here. Let me check that out. I kind of like that. You can adjust the depth on it, so it'll definitely fit my system. Only 2 customer reviews. I want to know how you place on a side, though, because I definitely don't want it open always. I want sides on it. Can I buy my own and custom them? It's pretty intriguing, though. Getting one of those bare bones ones and then putting on your own sides. Sturdy rack that's somewhat easy to set up, but the instructions are not the best. Well, it's a little bit of a tech piece. I've had 3 different PCs in this case. It's so nice. And a controller on top for LEDs and span feeds. Oh, that's nice. Span feeds? Jesus. Fan speeds. Shouldn't be too much for just paint. 50 to 100, I assume, depending on the shop. Graphic is a different thing. I haven't ever done myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm not looking for a solid color. I would like a graphic. But that might be interesting to see how they print that. Or, like, do I need to go to a print shop to have something printed out in like vinyl or something, it's like a big sticker? Like I'm totally not. Or is it like a shrink wrap or something that goes on? I'll have to talk to them. I'm not totally sure. I think they use a hair dryer to put it on or something like that. I think what I want to do is go to an actual rack site. It's like I don't mind these see-through ones. These are kind of neat. This is a wall mount. I do mind that. I want to go to a rack mount site, I think. Let's see what they say. Custom server rack. Triplight. Custom server racks online. Sounds like it's going to be a great website. Racks by size. Let me see. 1 to 16U. 12U. 13U. 13U. 13U work? That'd be tight. Because my chassis are full size. 16U. 16U. 13U. Is 13U standard? That seems so strange. Oh, that's a fixed wall rack. Damn it. Let's see this net closure. What's this guy? 16U office cabinet rack. Securely houses servers and other IT equipment, yet fits in an office environment. Adjustable mounting depth of 6 to 30 inches is perfect. My racks are, or my chassis are 25. My depth preset to 29.
That's a pretty long third gear in this car. Gliding on the fire. The deer run across.
Perforated door so it supports airflow. Well, that's a pretty nice one, actually. What do they want for this? Dock-to-dock ground service, 290. Dock-to-dock. Oh, shit. It's too heavy. Yeah, the shipping on that is going to be a pain in the D. 1,600 bucks? Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? $1,600 for a bare rack? What? That can't be right. That's got to be with a bunch of servers included. 1,600 bucks. Oh, that's a pass. I don't think so. I just want to say, 1,600 bucks. I go back to Amazon. It's like 100 bucks. I mean, what was the 15U here? Is 259 bucks? What? 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 I can get a 25U server for $700 on Amazon. What the hell? I could probably get a Prime delivered too for free. You lost your mind. You lost your damn mind that size. What are you, crazy? Oh my god. I guess one interesting question I'd have is if I get a rack like this that's just bare, can I fashion a side and put it on? Build it myself. Buy some piece of sheet metal and have it painted or something and put it on. So if so, then I'd get this one. I can't really tell. There's no like zoom in feature here. But it looks like there might be posts on the outside. For a drill or something. I mean, this price is almost one where I could just buy it, and if it sucks, I'll throw it in the garbage. Like, that's a pretty good price. Keepa says that's just about the lowest it gets. Wow, it's up to 290 new. Now it's at 159 new. Okay, is that all time? What's all time? Oh, wow, it's at all-time low price right now. 159. That's a good price. That might be something I pull the trigger on right now, actually. Let me see the Roswell, because that's actually the, What? No. Yeah, see the outside there? See how it has those clips and the holes on the outside? I guarantee I can hang a side on there if I order it separate. Oh, actually not the front, though. I don't know if I like that. I want it enclosed. In case I have to ship it or something, that's part of the solution that I was thinking of. And by the way, as I'm chatting constantly into your face, you can feel free to stop me to ask any question about your issues with your stream, setting-wise, Twitch-wise, anything like that. That's the whole point of the show, is to answer those questions. I'm just sort of doing this because it's exciting for me and on the side, so you let me know. Doors, side panels, and locks are not available for open frame racks. Let's see, a floor standing enclosure, less than 15U, let's say 15 to 30U. Width, we'll say 24. Depth, say 42. Perforated door, rear door, single piece split design. I don't know what that is. Try that. Side panels, half size, 2 panels per side. I'm not sure what that even looks like. And we'll take black. Let's see what we got. Locks, no. Maybe a lock. Maybe a key lock. Okay. Miscellaneous co-location design, heavy duty casters, heat removal accessories. Seismic rated. That's nice. Standard pallet, shock pallet, knockdown shipping. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, no, I'm not requesting. I want it instant. I want it instant. Look like server towers. Yeah, they're pretty big, but they do offer smaller options here. You can see the 12U. Let's find out what we're looking for. 18U, 24. Can we get... Is there a selection? Oh, here we go. Wall mount. Man, all the 15Us are wall mount. I don't necessarily want wall mount. What if I got 16? Low profile, vertical mount, server depth, wall mount enclosure. Yeah, it's a thin depth. I need a 24 depth. That's not gonna work. What about 12? What can we get at 12? Can we get a just regular size? Yeah. So if you go 12, you can get a regular size. 15, it might be a custom build. Can I push 12? I'm so nervous about it. I could technically do it if I put the switch and the cloud lifter on the same shelf as the mixer. Then I would have 4U to, or then it would fit. But it would be so tight. I have a hard time spending money on parts. Yeah. And I did it with this chassis, just like, nope, I have to just order it or I'm never going to order it. So I completely understand what you're saying. I do that all the time. I'll sit here and be like, well, check this one out instead. Or is that one really going to fit? I'll put it off until tomorrow. I finally had to just order this and say, screw it. If it doesn't work, I'll send it back. I think sometimes that's kind of what you got to do to pull the trigger on some of this stuff. Just say, fuck it, and order it. Let's see if I go to 18. Mid-depth rack enclosure. So at the moment with GPUs, I'm probably going to get a 1070 Ti. Nice, man. It's a good card. What are those down to right now, price-wise? I know Skiwi was saying he predicts the 1080s to go up quite a bit because the 2080s are having a little bit of a problem. So he thinks they're going to start increasing in price because they're getting scarce. 400-ish. Wow, that's a pretty good price, man. That's a good price for that card. Have you looked at the value chart on Pathmark? They have a value chart on I thought it was Pathmark. Or what am I thinking? Isn't that Pathmark is not the name? They gave a score based on value. It was a really cool score. Oh yeah, this might put well, 28 Ti is rated 100. Titan, yeah. So look at that. The 28 Ti is rated a score of 100, and it's $1,600 bucks. 1080 Ti, 96, half the price. That's crazy. 1070 Ti is right here, 79, 400 bucks. Yeah, Newegg 379, man. Newegg.com, 79 bucks according to this. But yeah, it's rated 79 out of 100. That's still really good. I don't know what you have right now, but it's probably better. Oh, yeah, 970s. Yeah. You're gonna get such a ridiculous performance increase from that. Wow, 400 is really cheap, man. I would totally do that if I was looking for some new stuff. Yeah, this is where I'm at right now. And in my stream box, I have the GTX 1080. So I have a 1080 stream box, a 1080 Ti in the game box. So I can only really go up to the 2080s, and you see the price difference. It's just not worth it. Look at 96 for the 1080, 96.3 for the 2080. Why? Why would I buy that? It's not enough of a boost. It's not even enough of a boost to take the 2080 Ti, and that's double the price, 200% price. Not worth it. That's too bad too, because usually I get super excited when the new cards come out. The new cards just aren't. They're not good enough. I swear to God, GPU benchmark is maybe what I put. Where's the Pathmark site? It was like my favorite one. I keep saying Pathmark, and I'm starting to question whether or not that's the actual site, since I don't see it. What did I type in before to get that? Passmark is the name of the thing. This is the set I usually use. Best value video card chart. That's the one I was thinking of. So if you look at the best values, I don't want to zoom in that much, but if we go to 10, look at where your card is, or the one you're thinking about. Boom. That's the best value for the money. Pretty nice. Although it's surprising to see the Radeon's up so high. Greetings. What's up, Bane? How you doing? No, I didn't. It's still way better performance than my SLI 970s. 1080s are way too expensive. Came from the Pwn Hub. Had to stop by and meet some members. What's up, Bane? That's awesome. Yeah, Pony's the man. The Pwn Hub is the place to be. Pony's is a great dude. He's a co-founder of a community that we run called The Bar, which is a very good community too. So yeah, your 1070 Ti, man. Look at how well that's rated. A+. But look at the 1050 Ti. Value score at 160 bucks. Woo! 1060. Look at that price. Oh my god. I mean, the Radeon RX 470 is killing everyone at 100 bucks with a 68 rating. But that's nuts, man. This is my favorite chart to look at, by the way. Especially for people that are looking for a build and they're trying to stay under a budget. This is the site to come check out. It's updated all the time. It's updated today. Like, it's updated all the time. What do you do? Do you mean on Twitch or do you mean IRL? IRL, I am a senior software engineer. I do, I said it wrong. Senior systems engineer. I do systems engineering for a couple of clients. Oh, Twitch. I stream games. I also do special shows. Today is one of those special shows. On Mondays, I do a show called Mosh is Live, where we talk a lot about content of different streamers. So on Mondays, I usually have a sub that there's a queue of subscribers, and they volunteer to come on the show or come on the show. I basically go look at their channel. We look at VODs, we look at socials, we look at statistics on Twitch, analyze what they're doing right, maybe find some constructive criticism to give them, and try and help them get better. That's Mondays. Today is a tech-only show. Today is we talk about my home build, which is sometimes absurdly complex, and a lot of new happenings in the Twitch world, new hardware that comes out. We take a look at that and answer all tech questions, stream setting questions. A lot of people have problems with drop frames and things. We answer those live on the show. And on Friday, this week will be the first show. Ooh, there's a new segment on Friday, and I'm so excited. Fridays is a new segment called Fresh Dev Friday. That is happening this week at noon. Special time for the show. And we're going to have it's what will soon be an indie published game, but it is a game design school. Their student, I've been working with their game development program. They have student groups that create a game at the end of the program. I'm going to have those groups on the program every week to talk about the game development process, talk about maybe some pitfalls, maybe some things that streamers don't realize about game development. Then we're going to play their final project game on the show, which is even cooler because the students have an option to take that out of the school, continue to build it, and then sell it, and then make it into an indie game, market it to a company, put it on Steam Greenlight, something like that. So I'm so excited. If you couldn't tell, I'm like bursting with excitement. But it's going to be a really cool show, and it starts this week. But I think it'll be really interesting for, number one, the students, because we have a lot of community members who work in the game design industry at different companies. So they might get a look at some new faces that are going to be out there. They might, I don't know, see a potential hire in the future. That would be cool. It's good for the students because they get their first sort of step their toe into the world of Twitch, considering how intertwined the Twitch world is now with the game development industry, and how important Twitch is to game launches. I mean, it's crucial. So they'll sort of get a feel for that, but also be able to market themselves and the work they've done to potential clients, potential customers, and to potential employers on the show. And then the third aspect that's really important is the streamers that might watch the show, because here's why, and this is the grand scheme of the show. So the first two aspects are it helps the game industry as well as the students. That's important, and it helps the school too because they're giving some advertisement for the school. Helps streamers that view the show because of this, and this is important. These guys that are making the game, first of all, you get a look into the game development industry, you get a better appreciation for it. Maybe you can figure out some new things. You can then see a game that might be coming out soon, and maybe sort of bookmark it, maybe write it down. Hey, this new game, whatever heist, just make up some name, is going to be coming out next month. They say I'm going to keep an eye on that. But here's the best part. During the show, you're going to meet these guys. The first part of the show is an interview style. So it's going to be a video chat interview with the game developers. We're going to talk to them. You're going to get to know them. I have a panel on the overlay, which is going to show all their emails and their names. So you'll be able to contact them. And the best part is that once these guys are done, if the game comes to market, you already have a connection to the developers. You already have a connection to the people that are behind the game. There is no better way to get a partnership going or sponsorship going than to know these guys right away. Hey man, I saw your show when you were on Fresh Dev Friday. Super excited about the game. I talked to you a month ago. What's the status right now? When's it coming out? I'd love to get my hands on it. I'd love to stream it. But and this is even cooler. Those students, if they don't put out their own game or create their own thing, those are the next people that are going into the game development world. So those are the guys that are going into Bethesda and Blizzard and any other. What's your favorite company? Motion Twin is my favorite. Insomniac, Naughty Dog, all these companies. Those are the next guys going in. Guess what? What if in a year they're, I'm the community manager for Left 4 Dead 6 or something. Or I'm the community manager for Elder Scrolls 9. Like, what? I saw you on Fresh Up Friday. I sent you an email. You know me. Like, holy shit, what's up, Steve? You know, oh my god. That's the best part. You can tell I'm really excited about it. But that part's really important to make those connections. It's almost like the whole networking aspect of streaming is super important. And there's a missing component where a lot of streamers don't really get face-to-face interaction with developers or the game industry. But this is sort of like I'm bringing the game industry or the future game industry to you, to the show. So it's right there. You don't have to go anywhere to network. You don't have to go to a conference. You watch a show. You watch it on mute. Look at the panel. You see their email right there. Streamers are game testers in a sense. Yeah, yep, they are. Absolutely, because there's a lot of good feedback that comes from streamers. And streamers are oftentimes very critical of games because there's like a symbiotic relationship. If the game is good, the viewers will watch. And if the game is bad, the streamers will come back and say, listen, I'm losing viewers. I'm not playing that. So the game developers will get a better idea of how they need to change things. What's the trend, etc. Which is a really good question for those students when they're on the show is, do you feel a trend in game design that maybe streamers don't feel or the regular consumers don't feel? What's coming? Everyone sees battle royales right now. What's the next thing? Are we going back to Katamari Damacy games all of a sudden? That style, we're going to collect everything, roll up in a ball or something. Now it's going to be a crazy wave of Super Smash Brothers. It'll be interesting to see that because those are the guys that are moving into the industry that'll eventually become the brains behind the next developments. So, anyways, sorry, that was a long rant to describe what my show is. And sometimes we play games. Naughty Dog and Insomniac, yeah. Don't tell NASA. What's up, Hip? How you doing, buddy? Sucker Punch. Yes, I forgot about that one. So anyways, yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff for everyone, I think, on the Friday show. And since this will be the first week, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of kinks to work out. We'll figure it out. But as we move forward, it's going to be every week, new game, new students. Every week. And I missed your message, Shem. Well, 800 to a K for a 2080 Ti is too much. And a 1080 Ti is too much. And a 1080 Ti being under 400... Oh, a 1070 Ti being under 400 is great because I'll just sell my 970s, get some money back. Yeah. Yep. No, I totally get it. Pleasure to meet you. Hope to see you soon. Yeah, you got it, man. Thanks for hanging out. Doing good, getting some work done, looking around. Can feel the hype here. I just got way too excited about it. It's funny because I just talked to the student advisor for that group. Just 10 minutes before the show started. 10 minutes. I'm going to turn this camera off because I keep forgetting it's on. But, yeah, I just talked to the guy saying that he told them that they're going to not be in uniform, but they want to be in business casual type dress and come on this. They'll be ready at noon and we'll talk a little bit and they're excited. So I'm trying to make sure everything's set up ready to go for them. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus, what did I miss? Okay, sorry, I had to stop the show. Someone sent me a picture of a new business card and I had to make a comment on it real fast. Anyway, so that was we took a look at some of these things. It's really interesting to see the Radeons doing so well up here at the top. I know that Nvidia's been in like a weird situation at the moment with the 2080s kind of flopping or not meeting what the expectation was to kind of blow competition out of the water. AMD has a real chance to capitalize. We'll see if they can actually do it because they've just lost market share. So we're looking at 15U boxes right now. My main question is, I'd love to get a bare one like this. Can I put my own sides on it? I don't think I can on this one, to be honest. I think I could on this side, but on the front, the rivets stick out of these things. I would need to fashion a door on it. Like I want a door. Or do I want a door? Jesus, man. I've thought about this for freaking like 4 months. I've thought about this rack. Obsessed over it. I got drawings of it everywhere. I still can't decide on whether or not I want a door. Come on. That seems like the first thing to decide. I like the idea of the bare bones because I want to put that, like we had talked about before, a little bit of edge-lit glass on the side here with a little design. So it shows down in the side camera during the show. Am I overthinking it to death? I feel like I am. I feel like I'm overthinking it to absolute death. No more locked doors. Yeah. Yeah, that's my idea. Is that because I have 2 cameras mounted on the wall here that I call the security view, and this one will look down straight across here, right across here. So you'll be able to see me chatting and see the screens, and then you'll see the server rack here. But the side will be edge lit glass. It'll be a little shined up in the middle, and then I can draw designs on it in like a dry erase marker, and it'll shine up really well on the edge lit glass. So I could leave little notes every day. We could do questions of the day. We could do all kinds of stuff on it, and I'm super excited about it. I just it's a little nerve wracking to like get it in place. Like this server I like. Can I pop that side off? That's a question. Is that glass not breathable enough to support the chassis that I have? That's another question. Do I need a perforated front? First of all, I love those little hands. XY. How would I say your name? XYZ, ZYX? Zizix? I'm gonna say Zizix. Hello, Zizix. But yeah, I guess it looks like maybe I can pop the door off or pop the side off. Man. Or do I get a laser and cut it out? Like cut a side out, put some rubber around it, you know, a rubber insert on the edges, and then slide in the edge of the glass right there. That's a possibility and something like that too. It's a good price though, $199 for that whole rack. Man. That's a really good price. $199 for this? What's the dimensions on it? How come I don't see size? 25 deep. Huh? 9.2 inches. What the hell is 9.2 inches? What part of this dimension is 9.2 inches? Which dimension am I missing? Nothing on there is 9 inches. That's weird. Huh? 9.2 inches. What dimension is that? How weird. No, this is a 24-inch deep cabinet. Okay. My only regrets about this cabinet are how deep it is. Yeah, 29 inches is pretty deep. Only if you have shelves. It's excellent for a rack-mounted technology. That's what I have. No problem with that. Here's a guy that slotted some stuff in it. Yeah, there we go. These are 4 U-boxes at the bottom. Actually, these might be 6, and this is a 4. This is a switch at the top, although this is usually turned around. I don't know why they got it on the front. And then this is probably a KVM keyboard here. That's a pretty nice looking rack. Mystery dimension, yeah. Amazon reviews for the win. Yeah, some Amazon reviews, especially of the really like higher end tech stuff, are excellent. They're excellent. Sometimes you'll see reviews that are ugh, but a lot of times they'll put in videos of installing stuff, especially with the rack mount equipment, a lot of the computer equipment. So this is a perforated door, and this is really nice. Door open during streaming. That's got to be a 22-inch, though. That's 22U. That's super big. This is not 15U standing up off the ground like this. No, because this is 6.64. This is probably another 10. This has got to be the 22. It looks like a really good rack, though. Serving a closet cabinet. Overall, it wasn't too hard to put together, and the quality of the product is good, too. It's definitely not a $1,000 system, but it does the job on a budget. Comes unassembled and is a pain in the ass to put together. Now, that sounds okay. Can I not put the door on? I bet I can. Instructions are worthless, is what all these people say. Cabinet went together easy enough. Instructions could have been better, but the cabinet showed up with scratched pieces. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. The fans are not there. Some screws are missing. 1 star. Does it come with fans? Did it say that? That's a kind of a mixed bag review, but I really like the perforated door. I don't think that's this style, though. Unfortunately. I think this is a glass style. Yeah. Anyways, is there a way for me to bookmark this? I can save stuff, right, on Amazon. Can I save for later or something? Add to list. Shopping list. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to add a 15U rack to my shopping list, along with broccoli and diapers. Okay, I think in general I need to take another... I need to sit down and really think about what I want with this. I need to think about how easy it is to put on my own door, how easy it is to buy a door offline if I order the bare bone rack, a perforated door, and how easy it is to construct those sides. Because I want one side closed, the back closed, or perforated. And then this side to be edge lit. Yeah, I need to think about it some more. I'm not there yet. We'll keep that in mind. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about real quick before we end the show and go to some games tonight is the new VIP system. Came out today on Twitch. I want to take a little look at that. So let me see what we got here. Okay, so here is the list of roles for this channel. Have that saved so I can close that down. So, VIP system chat. This is how you do it. I don't know, we're about to find out how I feel about it. I haven't really thought about it. So, this is a mod list for this channel. Some of them are old as hell. These probably don't need to be mods. Nightbot. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. The rest of these guys are good. So, news to me. Yeah, so now you can make a role. Let's try add new. Search. Let's say, let's try that guy Shem. Let me see what I can do with that guy Shem. Make him a VIP. Let's learn about it. Actually, I need to take a 30-second break to grab a beer, and then we're going to look at it. I'll be right back.
Nod my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow move. we're on land. So I'm someone to hold true. Keep you cool when it's still alive. Won't let you down when it's all ruined. Just the same way you showed me. Showed me. You showed me love. Glory from above. Regardless, dear. It's all downhill from here. In the wake of a hurricane, dark skin of a summer shade, nose dive in the floodlines, tall tower, milk crate. It's the same way you showed me. Cannonball off the porch side, older kids trying off the roof. Just the same way you showed me. You showed. If you could die and come back to life, up for air from the swimming pool, you kneel down to the dry land, kiss the earth that birthed you, gave you tools just to stay alive and make it up when the sun is
All right.
Daddy.
Batman. Love that I know that without looking. Love it. How you doing, buddy? I was watching you play a little Destiny earlier. All right. Yeah, we're checking out the VIP stuff. Let's see what we got. Managing roles for your channel. Okay. Editors are able to access a channel's dashboard and help streamers manage their channel by performing the following actions. Editing stream info. That sounds louder in my headphones. Running a commercial break. Shem, you're going to be in charge of running commercial breaks only. Play the Snickers ad. Editing video info, uploading videos, creating events, starting reruns and premieres, downloading past broadcasts. I don't know why I'd ever use that one. 500 hours of ads, Inc. I should preface that by saying you don't get a cut of the ad revenue in bits. 2 minutes of ads, Inc. Okay. Moderators help manage the streamer's chat to help ensure that it stays safe, welcoming, and fun by performing the following actions. Timeout or ban users. Enable slow, subscriber-only, or follower chat modes. Okay, we need that. VIPs. VIPs are valuable members of a streamer's community who are recognized with a special badge. Streamers unlock 10 VIP slots by completing the Build a Community achievement, 50 followers, and 5 unique chatters in a stream. Okay. This continues to a scale with 20, 30, 50, 60, 100 badges available at 10, 15, 20, 50, 100, 200 unique chatters. VIPs are able to perform the following actions. Chat without being affected by slow or sub-only or follower modes. That's pretty cool. Chat without being affected by rate limits. That's even cooler. I hate rate limits. That's awesome. That's a really good perk. Chat in all rooms except mod-only rooms. I don't really understand rooms on Twitch. Old man. Post links in chat even when links are disabled. That's a really good one as well. That's a good perk. I really like that, the rate limit perk. That's pretty nice. Pro tip, use the VIP role to recognize valuable members of your community, such as the 3 regular viewers who helped you attain affiliate status, or the 75 regulars who helped you attain partner status. Pretty cool. How to manage roles, we did that. Okay, add new. Pro tip, you can also use chat commands to add or remove VIPs. /VIP username or /mod username. Aha. Or you can un-VIP. To see a list of VIPs, use /VIPs or /mods. Wow, cool. Aren't VIPs subs? Well, subs get a special badge. Seems like the same perks. I think you get something special badge-wise. Let's see. Okay, say something again. See if it did it give you VIP? Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, look, you get a new gem, man. That's probably the best perk, is getting a gem. Pretty neat. You get a gem. Really cool. Stand out a little bit. Really cool. Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, I'll have to think of a good system for coming up with how to give people VIPs and things. I might do like bar members or
Daddy.
something like that. You have an idea? Are you gonna do it for your show, Shem? What are you thinking? Nice. Few peeps VIP of the week a month. Yeah, I was just thinking that. If you look below the channel, I have a list of people who are like, I made you guys VIP at least for the day. I might take it back and when I reorder how I'm gonna VIP people. But you guys all have it for the moment. It may stay. I don't know. No, I was thinking the certified fantastic below here are the subs that basically volunteer to let me review their content, which is super important to me, and I love doing it. So that's a really good candidate for VIPs on my channel, I think. The past and present people that I've reviewed. That might be a good one. But that's pretty cool. I mean, the sub badge is obviously, as it progresses in tiers, the most important one. The VIP is really neat too. This one time at VIP camp. Shh, don't tell NASA. Pretty cool though. I like it. I am really interested to see what people do with how to attain VIP status, actually. That'll be really interesting to me. I like the idea of giving it to people that have been around your chat for a really long time. Maybe some that can't sub. Because, I mean, fucking people can't sub. There's budget issues and shit, and it's totally cool. But, like, that would be a cool reward for someone that's been around for a long time. Drops 100 gift subs. Yeah, if you drop 100 gift subs, you may get a VIP. Real sweet idea. And yes, Shem, I like where you're going with that idea. Yeah, like have a rotating weekly or monthly thing. That's a really cool idea. And I almost like it, not necessarily that it's tied to like bits or subs, because you already get that, and like gift subs you already get an icon for that. But there might be like a cooler way, like maybe someone that really helps you out in Discord. Maybe they're active in Discord and they talk about different things all the time. Like for me, I spend a lot of time in the side community that I help run, called the bar, and so maybe like we have weekly spotlights in the bar, as well as a monthly we have weekly drink specials and a monthly sort of spotlight thing. So maybe VIPing those people would be important to me when they're around the show. That's probably what I'll do. That's really neat. Yeah. It's cooler than I thought. And I think having that third extra badge is super nice, because it really sets you apart in the chat. Really cool idea. I toyed with the idea of gifting a sub each month to a cool person. Like someone in your chat that was like supportive of your channel, just like talking and stuff, and you'd give them a sub or something. That would be kind of cool. You can make a cool VIP poster to announce the people to make it. It's not something, so it's something people look forward to. Wow, yeah, that would be badass too. These are a lot of good ideas. Sort of like what the bar does with, we have this flyer announcement that we change every month, pretty much. Actually, one of our founders, you guys know from, but she puts some cool posters together for announcements, where it's like, these people leveled up, or this person's the new monthly drink special. She does a really good job. But, exactly, for the weekly drink special. Yeah, like a flyer that announces that. But for your specialized VIP channel, be like, here's the VIPs for this month. And that'd be sweet if in your Discord or something you had a write-up on why. You know what I mean? Like, this person's awesome because they helped me out when I had a problem like online or something. Or You know, they've been around for 2 years. I've seen this guy around my chat, you know, something like that. Or they did something really cool on Twitter and helped this other person out. I really wanted to VIP them. This is why they got it. They might incentivize other people to come take a look at how to get VIP. That'd be really neat. There's a lot of good ideas here. I love this. Twitter posting stuff also. Yes. Yeah. Shouting them out on Twitter. Man, those are all good ideas. Yeah, because I love that it's not tied to bits or subs, because they get their own icon and it's not tied to gifts. So it's not like, you know, some people have more money to spend and that's how it is. I love that the VIP thing is not tied to that, and you can you know, force it on someone, but you can, you know, it's something they can work for outside of like, oh, I don't have enough money to sub to you. Embrace the engagement. It's up to chat to make the channel grow. Streamers work so hard to perform. Chat, we can do a thing. Yes. Yes. All awesome ideas. Yeah, and I love it because the extra badge brings attention to you in the chat as well. So when you're part of the community, if you have that extra badge, that extra VIP badge, it's drawing the chat attention to you as well, sort of as an unintended benefit of having the VIP badge. You could almost be sort of subliminally growing your channel, chatting in other chats. Chat keeps people in streams, so it's nice to have it make someone want to stay more. Yeah. I have not seen a clip badge. Is there a clip badge? No, there's not. For making a clip, is that a new thing? Did they just announce that?
She wanted me to accept her on Facebook, and I don't want it because I was like in front of her, and she told me like.
Is there a clip badge? Am I being trolled?
Makes no sense.
I had a clip badge before.
In front of you, I don't need to accept you on Facebook. She started to.
Holy shit, you're right.
She thought that because I.
We have changed the Clip Champs name to Power Clippers to more closely align with the requirements needed to achieve the status. Power Clippers allows you to earn recognition for supporting your favorite creators by making and sharing clips. At the first of every month, users who achieve Power Clipper status during the previous month will be notified. These Power Clippers receive an exclusive channel badge. Holy shit, that one is awesome. Holy crap. You know how many times I've talked about the importance of clipping streamers' chats in this show? Specifically on the Monday show, I guess. I had it in Vis's channel where I got a ton of views on a clip. Oh, really? That's awesome. It's a couple months old. Yeah, I have one in Das Valdez's channel. I'll share a clip of it. People who clip a lot get a clip badge. Oh my god. I didn't even know about that. To become a power clipper for a channel, you must create at least one clip per week for that channel and receive at least 50 total views across all clips. Then on the first of the month, you'll be notified for achieving Power Clipper status. Remember, your Power Clipper status will be reset after a month, so be sure to continue supporting your favorite creators. Holy God. I have talked for like 4 or 5 weeks straight on the Monday show about how important it is for people to clip your favorite streamers or the people you watch, because it's this crazy way of spreading support, because you can clip and then it's like one click to post it on Twitter. One click. As soon as you make the clip, just bam, bam on Twitter, on social media. Tag a bunch of stuff in there. It increases their sphere of influence. It's crazy. Holy God, I didn't even know there's a badge for this. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And we'll definitely be promoting this Power Clip on the Monday show when I talk about going to my clip spiel like usual. That's so cool. I did not know that was a thing. What an awesome idea. Talk about benefiting the streamer almost with no work at all. Almost with no work. So crazy. What? Oh, man. It's too bad. Burp. Excuse us for Twitch IMO. Yeah, I've clipped a bunch of streamers that I talked to. Sorry, I'm just reading that again.
Unconcerned. That's all marijuana does to you. Okay? This is Mosh.
So weird.
Lesbian under doctors.
So I guess the Twitch clips page has changed, like on a personal channel.
Smoke marijuana. Do not consume alcohol.
Oh, this is Frank Ocean. Yeah, this is just his album playing through. It's his mom telling him not to do drugs and stuff and be influenced by industry when he gets famous. It's pretty cute, but yeah. It's Frank Ocean's, it's Chanel, I think. What is this? Oh, it's just Frank. Oh no, it's Blonde. That's what it is.
He's not looking at this. I hope he's looking at this, because he's going to hit the ground if he's looking at this. Okay, good. He was looking correctly. Dude, turn him all the way up. They give you no thrust down here.
Freaking Valdez is so awesome, man.
No, dude, just blast them.
I
40,
love
30, dude,
Valdez.
full throttle. Nukes explode. Leaning tower. Shoots need to stay on. The shoots need to ease him over. I just tried to rotate. And... oh, it hit, but he's okay! Oh, the shoot stayed! The shoot stayed, and it let him go down slow enough that he didn't actually crush the pod. He lost some parts of the lander.
What a good clip. What a good clip. Nice job, man. That was a great clip. What a great clip. Used to be a small screen with a title on the right with a person who clipped it handle. Oh, okay. Yeah, Das is so cool, man. I love that guy's stream. That was a wild landing. Yeah, I don't know much about Kerbal. It was so funny when I first joined the community Twitch Kittens, which I have since parted ways with. But when I first joined them, it was actually through a guy named Jamorian, who you may or may not know. But he introduced me to Das Valdez, basically saying like he has a lot of friends that stream a game called Kerbal Space Program, and they love NASA. That's it, because I told him that that's where I worked. He's like, oh my God, you got to check out these guys. They love the NASA employees there. They, you know, I'm sure they love to talk to you. So I popped into Das Valdez's channel and just immediately he's like, oh my God, you work at NASA? How's it going? And like I mean, the guy is so awesome. But yeah, Jamorian is a good dude. And he played that same type of game. And I guess he and like EJ and Das and what's the other guy's name? Like Matoro or something like that was pretty cool. With Jim sort of including them all in the helping him out in Kerbal Space Program. They were giving him, you know, hosts and things, and those guys that community is really cool, the Kerbal program. Unfortunately, and I say this every time, that is you know, when you get home from work and you don't want to do the thing you did at work. Like if you're a cook, you don't get home and go, man, I'd love to cook dinner, you know? It's like you work at pizza, you don't want to get home and eat pizza. It's that's like the same thing. Like I don't mind watching a Kerbal Space Program stream if the streamer's entertaining. I watch Das Valdez, and I watch EJ, but I can't play it. It's one of those things where I feel like that's all I have to do at work is communication networks and ground stations and antenna attributes and things, and I basically model them and design them at work. And then I get home and just like, I can't. Like, I need to just play something that's way outside of what I do. You know? It's one of those things. It's like IT people that come home that work help desk, and then they get home and their aunt's calling them like, how do I fix my email? Like, you don't want to do, no one wants to do that. You know? Leave the work at work, you know? But yeah, really good streams, and the game looks super fun. I wish I could get into it in my free time. It's just too much like work, and I can't. I'm super happy with the VIP system. I'm super happy with this power clipper system. Thank you so much for telling me that it's a thing. I'm absolutely gonna make it a point to clip. I mean, I already clip a lot of my favorite, a lot of my friends' streams and a lot of bar streams. I clip a lot, but I'm making a point to clip some more because I really want this badge on like every channel. Do I have it right now? Actually, how do I see that? Oh, it's channel specific, so I wouldn't be able to change my appearance for it, right? If you change your appearance, it probably only applies to one channel. Yeah, I just have TwitchCon, Turbo, and Prime at the moment. I'm assuming it would be displayed down there. Okay. I've been hip to clip to you. Okay. I don't know what that means, but I love the way it sounds. All right, so that's about it for the tech show. If you guys have any questions, like usual, please let me know. Happy to go into anything tech related. Very happy to go into anything stats related or Twitch related in general. I'm very, very happy to hear about the VIP system and the power clippers. I want to check one thing on Amazon real quick because I just thought about it looking at my camera. I want to check this. I believe we had talked before about DSLR cameras on this channel and about how my DSLR does not work with the Elgato Cam Link, which is probably what I'll buy to get that view. You get enough notification for the super clip badge that you earned it. Oh, okay. Have a handful of clips from you tonight. Don't tell NASA. God damn it. Tell NASA. I actually have a new I don't know if I can specifically say yet because the contract's not in place. It's being worked out tonight, like midnight oil working out. The lawyers are trying to get it set. But when it's set, I'll announce my the new contract that I'm working and the client. Canon EOS T6 DSLR. I think I was talking to Shem about this, wasn't I? I don't know if Shem's still around. But I'm pretty sure Shem is a bit of a photographer. I don't know what you call it. You know, like botanist or green thumbs or whatever. Is there a camera thumb? I have it. I'm here. Okay. Were you the one telling me about the Canon something or other? That is a pretty good camera that's not a crazy price. I can't remember the name. I was wondering if it was you that said it. Canon something. EOS T6 and the A6000 Sony. That's what it was. Sony A6000. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about putting a DSLR into effect here and running a dual camera stream where sometimes I'd have the green screen down and you get a depth of field, and then sometimes I have it up and we go back to the Brio. No, actually, I don't think it's 2K. I think Shem pointed me to a couple cameras because we were talking specifically about not crazy expensive cameras. Pretty sure. Yeah, $800. Oh, Wazy, what's up, buddy? I didn't see you. And Maida, how you doing, buddy? Been a while. Actually, it hasn't been that long. I see you all the time on Twitter and stuff. How you doing? Later, nerds. Get out of here. Go play your Ark. Yeah, so I'm looking to get a new camera to involve in the system here. I'd love to get like a used one because it's not going to be my primary camera, so I don't know if I can justify like $900 on a camera that I don't really use. I'd love to get a cheap one that did the job, or like a second-hand one or something. I guess I don't know what good rating of megapixels is either. Especially if I'm not shooting like nature stuff. I'm sitting in my house and there's going to be very good lighting. I would think that pretty much any DSLR would do a good job. 24 megapixels seems to be about the number. I could do something like 300-400. What's the other one? The EOS. What do you say? EOS T6. It's a pretty good price. $345. T6 digital SLR camera kit. Does it give like a megapixel rating? Is that a thing still? It used to be a big thing back when I first had my first camera. It's like, can you believe it? It's got 10 megapixels or something like that. 1080p video recording at 30 frames a second. Are there cameras that record in like 4K? Because if so, I want to get that. I want the best, but I don't want to pay money. The P1000 is not made for indoors, and it should be pointed at humans. I actually let Dad borrow it for last rocket launch in Florida, and now he has a serious case. Nice. Of the Zoomies? Oh, okay. There is, but they're expensive as fuck. Okay. Can I see what expensive as fuck is? I just want to take a little look. See what... Oh, okay. Damn, look at the size of that lens. Holy shit. I wonder what the suggestion for like a really high quality stream face cam with a DSLR is. What the suggestion is. And how can I get Nikon to give me one? Nikon Coolpix P1000, $1,500. Look at all this crap you get with it. Jesus. What the fuck? I don't need all this stuff. I'm not going outside. Das, yeah, I said Dad, but I kind of get what you're saying. I wonder if I can wait till Black Friday and see a bunch of deals on this stuff for Cyber Monday, which is coming up in like 2 weeks, right? There's usually probably there's a lot of good deals on Cyber Monday for cameras and SSDs specifically. I wonder if that might be a good time to grab it. I bet it is. Just tell Nikon I can do it better than Justin. Yeah, wait and see what's on sale. Yeah, that's probably a good call. Actually, if we look historically, I think I can look at the... I think Keepa will give me historical data on the P1000. Yeah, well, let me see all time. 60 days. This camera been out for 60 days? Oh, sorry. Sponsored? Is this sponsored by Nikon or something? Or Mad Cameras? What's the Keepa stats on this? This must be a new camera. Let me see that A6000. Is that what it was? Got stats on this one. There we go. All. So last November. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Can I just see a block of time? There we go. November 25th. It's usually around this time. Look, it popped down here at 698. Yeah. This is probably Black Friday or Cyber Monday sales right here. 698. It was at the zoom back out. How I do that? Oh, there we go. So new, the lowest ever is 648. Yep, Black Friday, real close to that. P1000. Let me see here. Lumix G7 camera is good also. It's crisp. Das Valdez live stream was legit, better than the official Rocket stream. I don't doubt that. Actually, the JPSS-1 when it launched was very, very clear. That was an excellent launch. P1000 is only a bridge camera, not DSLR and mirrorless. I got it for wildlife photography in the Everglades. I think A6000 EOS T series would be best for his use. Sony, I hear they're baller. That's exactly what Shem said. Shem said that Sony is a really good camera. But yeah, you see right around the time frame for right around the Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, you see the sales dip down right there. Boom. 698. That's almost historical low. Which tells me that might mean there is another sale coming soon. That's what that tells me. If I'm not seeing... Oh, 698 I see it a few times on here, maybe. If there's like a new camera coming out, the old ones will be relegated down to the sale price, I'm sure. I thought of using the EOS for stream, but I need a cap card, which I don't have. I use a Sony IRL for my photography. Here's a trick though, if you're getting a DSLR mirrorless, yeah, you can get the Elgato Cam Link and do that. You must consider lens in future purchases. I don't know what you mean by future purchases. Lens, I agree. I would need that, or at least some element of one. At least one that worked stationary on the desk. Right? Or would you do it without one? You wouldn't need a zoomer, right? You just need a base lens. Yeah, base lens would probably be okay because it's just gonna be literally here. I'm gonna try and mount it right next to my cam, so that I can pop down the green screen and then pop it back up when I switch between the two. Is the idea. So yeah, let me switch the music a little bit to something a little bit different. A little bit different. You say that now. Next month you're going to want a fancy lens for sure. Yeah, that's very true and very accurate for who I am in terms of tech support or tech gear. Because when I first started getting into audio, what am I thinking? Oh, my AT2020 is just fine. What'd I do? I bought a Shure SM7B. Then what happened? It's an XLR mic. I got the mixer. Now I want to plug everything in a mixer on different channels. Now I need about 1,000 cables. Now I need a cloud lifter. Now I'm looking for a gate, a hardware gate for my machine. Like it's right downhill so fast. I have more cables in my closet right now for like 1/4-inch jack cables than my brothers do, and they're guitarists. I have a ton. So many unused. It's just like a closet full of that crap. Yeah, I went off the deep end for that, and I blame my friend Banans. Because I might just keep it in mind, if you get a nice camera, be prepared to match with a nice lens. Yeah, and that's how it usually goes. Like usually when I upgrade it, I go hard on the upgrade. I don't usually go mid range. Although it's ironic that I say that now after just saying that I don't want to spend some X amount of dollars on a rack, so I'd rather get a cheap rack. Anyways, we talked enough. Let's close up the tech show and let's go play some games. Thank you so much for sticking around for the tech show today. Mosh's Tech, episode 17 in the books. As usual, if you have questions or things, feel free at any time during any of my streams. You can also go to, let's see if these commands work today. My stream deck is off kilter for some reason. Nope, not today. I want to post this. I always post it. The Hero Squad Discord is this personal Discord. I always preface it by saying most of the stuff we talk about in there is sports, because I'm a big football fan, or is tech related. So that's most of the chat in there. The bar is a streamer only community. You have to be affiliate or partner, one of the two, on Twitch, and it's a good community for sort of like a close talk, personal chat. You kind of cut through the crap of general chats. There's no one posting links in the general chat or doing any kind of pity party stuff. You hang out with some friends. You get a ton of good tips. There's a lot of good chat about streaming in general, streaming issues in general. Just today we had chats about streaming on holidays. It was really interesting, but it's a good community, and we have a lot of interesting things planned for the future too. So feel free to click on that link if you're interested. There's good looking people. I mean, I'm in it. End of statement. There we go. Okay. I don't know what I'm thinking about that. Let me check on one thing when it comes to the bar. There's something I've been waiting for like 2 freaking days now. Let me see if it's active. Still not yet. God damn. Alright. Dang memes. The memes are legit. Dat Juicely is our resident meme artist. And I call him an artist because a lot of his memes are pure art. They're ridiculous. He spends a lot of time doing it. Oh, I also want to mention one more thing about the bar. Aside from a lot of interesting stuff we have some really cool merch. There's a lot of cool RP type stuff in there. There's an element of seasonal chips that I've put together that we're sort of giving out. But we're also doing a lot of stuff, and this is an important talk about the tech side of Twitch and about networking on Twitch, so that's a good time for it. So we have two important topics. One is a charity event that we're doing. Juice just mentioned it. So there's going to be an event coming soon, and it's going to happen for the entire year next year. And we've come up with this idea where people do charity streams every month or every couple weeks or whatever. We're going to do this thing where we're going to have every stream is sort of going to be a charity stream where you're able to donate to the charity of the month for the bar. But the trick is that we're going to have new merchandise every month that's dedicated to that charity. And we've talked to our merchandiser that guarantees that every dollar that comes in for that merchandise will be going to the charity. So the merchandiser's not taking a cut, and the bar's not taking a cut. It's going straight to the charity. So anything purchased that is from the charity list will go straight to that, which will be awesome. Even cooler will be that the shirts and things in the merchandise will be one-off. So that charity that we do for that month is on sale for that month. Once that month is over, it is no longer on sale. So you have a limited edition merchandise for that charity. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah. And I forget who proposed that. I think it came up in a conversation between Soph and Frump, and it was such a freaking good idea. So the bar, as a community, we created a list where people submitted ideas for charities, and we have a list of 12 that are falling on different months next year. Like there's some months are like the mental health awareness month, and some months are the breast cancer awareness month. So some charities fall into line with that. We have other charities that are sort of outside of those realms where you fit another month. It's gonna be awesome. So we're at the point now where we've almost got all the charities slotted into the months, and next we're gonna line up the merchandise designs, and it's gonna be cool because, at least in my vision, we need to coordinate this and nail it down. But the idea is that all the merch will have the same kind of base design. Well, it'll be something to do with the logo, and on the back, the idea, or at least my idea, is on the back will be, you guys know the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Well, at the beginning of every show, they say, the gang does something, right? In that same text, that white sort of italic, a little bit of cursive text with some ellipses at the end or something. Well, this is going to be the bar gives back in that same type of text with a dot at the end on the back in text, and on the front will be the logo, but the logo will be altered a little bit based on the charity. So if it's a charity that has a specific color or a specific logo, that might be worked into the design of the bar logo. So it'll be a cool limited edition tee, especially if you're really interested in the charity. We have some cool ones on deck. There's some for I know the ADL's on there, the Anti-Defamation League. We have and that's important. They fight anti-Semitism, which is obviously very important, especially today. I mean, it's always important, but fucking Christ, look what happened in Pittsburgh. But we have a bunch of other charities. Michael J. Fox charity is on there. Donors Choose for Teachers is on there. There's a couple other ones. I forget the exact list, but there's a lot of good ones coming up next year. And all of them, I believe, are through Tiltify. So it'll be cool. I'm very excited about it. When I get excited about a topic, I talk forever about it. I'm very excited. Who does our art? So two of the two new art pieces, the ones that will be coming soon on some merchandise with Roxy and Brutus, that art piece and another art piece, The Scene, that is coming out. I just saw a new sketch of it today. Those were art pieces that I commissioned personally on the side for the bar. That has nothing to do with any kind of official bar person. I commissioned those outside of anyone we know. I went to Upwork to do it and commissioned an artist. The ones who did the logos, I'm pretty sure those are Warkey. You need to ask Avi. I'm 90% sure they're Warkey. In terms of who... What the fuck? Is there hair in my mouth? Ugh. In terms of who's doing the design for the charity logo, that is still being decided. Frump and I were just talking about it maybe 2 hours ago. That's like the next step in the process. And we're deciding what we want to do with it. It's possible we open it up, but we want to maintain a certain quality. You know what I mean? I would love to open it up to anyone in the community to do something, but I want it to be a very constrained set of requirements where you have to use a logo. It has to be in this spot, but I would, decorate it, mash it up, whatever you want to do, something like that. But we'll lay that out specifically and then let everybody know for sure, because we want to get it going pretty soon. We want to have the design ready for the merchandiser to get on everything and for it to be released the day one, hit the ground running January 1st, we're going. So that's a big piece of news, and there'll be more information coming about that on the bar for sure. The second big piece of news is we are working with a lot of... I've been doing a ton of work. I mean, we all have. But I've been doing a lot of work talking to developers and publishers and commercial businesses. And I'm not talking to them for myself. I'm talking to them for the bar. And the conversation goes, I'm a founder for this very large community. And I'm very interested in see if we could do some business between the community and your business. Indie Friday, noon on Friday, Juice. Noon. I'm going to put something out on Twitter about it, but I literally, just before the show started, got a email back from the student advisor that's running the team that'll be on the show. So, for sure this Friday, and probably noon, possibly 12:30. It'll be right around then. I want it to be during the day because they have a presentation later at night, and I don't want it to be too late for the students. It's Friday. They're going to go out partying and stuff because their class is over. Okay, so there's an element of Twitch streaming where eventually you want to get sponsorships or partnerships, and it's kind of an important part of growing the brand and growing the business. I've talked many times on this show that there's only one brand that I'm interested in, and that's Micro Center. I only want a sponsorship to Micro Center. I don't want any money. They don't have to send me anything. Give me some new tech and I'll try it out. That's it. That's the only one I want. I don't care about anything else. Just Micro Center. Most of the work I do with commercial businesses and securing sponsorships and partnerships is for the bar as a community. And the stipulation is that it's a community of streamers, so it's going to be open to everyone. It's all going to be very transparent when it happens, but I'm sort of working emails in the background until I can announce something, and then it will be very transparent. It will not be a situation where an opportunity comes in and only 3 people hear about it. That will not be the situation. That is the explicit opposite of the goal that I have. I don't want to fall into pitfalls of other communities that might do that kind of thing. So I've been talking to a few businesses, and there's some really cool stuff that might be coming. I was just talking to Frump like 2 hours ago about this, but it's cool when you think about doing work with clients, because that's essentially what they are in this. But it's building the business relationships where if you're a smaller streamer, it's good to look both up and down, right, or on your level. Let's say that if you're a partner, maybe you want to look at this Micro Center job. Yeah. Does Micro Center have a Twitter? Yeah, that's the Micro Center. Oh, man. They're so sexy. I actually emailed them for real, their business personalities and their PR people and their marketing people already, like 6 months ago. I'm very serious about it. But on one side, you want to do business with a company like Wendy's or DiGiorno or something like that, because those people will they'll sponsor your stream. Let's take the Doc for instance, because he's a very popular streamer, but you could replace that with Ninja or whoever. But if you're thinking about the Doc, it's like, he had a sponsorship with Turtle Beach. I think he had for headphones. His sponsorship with Asus, specifically the ROG brand of their laptops. But he has whole scenes dedicated to that, and they supply him with all kinds of hardware. I'm sure they give him a little money, every month for a sponsorship deal, something like that, to basically mention their brand throughout the day, because he has so many viewers. It's an advertising opportunity. That same type of thing. So on that wavelength, you want to work with a large company because they have a dollar amount dedicated to marketing, right? So they have expenditure for marketing that they can give out. Some, let's say $12 million this year goes to marketing, and the marketing executives figure out how best to spend that. So then you also want to look at the smaller companies, and here's why. Smaller companies, when they're first growing, may not have a war chest purse of money to throw at marketing firms or advertising agencies, or at sponsored content on Instagram and Twitter, or at a brand on Twitch. They may not have that money. However, you're reasonably important to them because you may be one of 5 outlets that may come to them and say, hey, I'm willing to market your product. I think we go well together. It fits my brand and my theme. I'll do it for free on some exchange, maybe social media posting. Maybe they have 15,000 viewers. Maybe if they shout you out, hey, our brand representative or our main influencer is going live and they're going to show off some of our product today or something like that. But it's important to start with to also have some level of smaller companies you're working with for that reason, because it's a big fish in a small pond scenario where you are sort of one of a few that are important to the brand and expanding that business and helping them. And you get a better personal working relationship with the could be the CEO, could be the founder, could be the owner, that could be the only employee. But also, as they start to grow, guess who else is growing? As they start to grow, they're going to want to know who they can stick with, who they can trust, who they know can promote the product appropriately, who already knows that product. That's you. You were there from the day one. So of course you want to do business with some smaller brands that may not have the capital to fund you to do it, but maybe could trade you in, say, product. Maybe they I've seen a lot of these companies that do it's like a coating for your controller for a PlayStation or something that goes over the joysticks, whatever they're called. A little company like that could do something like that. Maybe a company makes those Gunnar glasses. Maybe they do one with like decals or something, or put some rhinestones on it. I mean, who knows? Rudy, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for the follow. Rudy, I love your show. So maybe those companies do something small like that. Maybe they can trade you in that product if you're interested in the product, I guess. But more importantly, maybe they could help promote your brand on social media, promote your brand on Twitter or Instagram or something like that. They could shout you out, and maybe you work that into some kind of SLA, some service level agreement, or some documentation up front, just saying, hey, I'm willing to take no commission for this. That's totally fine. But I would love it if you could shout me out once a week, something like that, or post a clip of mine. I'll send you the clip. I'll send you the text. You just put it on Twitter. Easy. But then you're getting an access to a whole new area of influence. Think about the size of that. Think about what it would be. And I'll say full disclosure here. For the bar, I went after a certain sponsorship because I felt like it fit the theme. I felt like it fit the brand. There's a brand of cups called Solo Cups. And you might remember them and think about it as a frat boy type of thing where they pour beer in and it's just a red cup. Solo Cup. All parties use them or whatever. I contacted them thinking like, hey, this might actually fit like on a brand. You know what I mean? And what if I was drinking out of a Solo Cup here instead of out of my glass I'm drinking beer out of? And a lot of the members of the bar, everyone has drinks while they're on stream. Some have big water bottles, some have things like that. But so I reached out to them, and I actually went through like 6 or 7 emails with their marketing people and started describing what we do. I have not heard from them in about 2 weeks, so maybe that's a pass. Maybe they're busy. That's fine. It's a long shot. I knew that. But it was really interesting to talk to those people, to think about how I view Solo Cups as being this sort of, what are you playing beer pong, at a frat party is Solo Cups. And the marketing representatives were saying actually like 77% of our business is from mothers with young children. 77% of their business. It's like, holy crap, that's really specific. Like they have it's a multi-billion-dollar company. I mean, they have their marketing statistics down to a pat, for sure. But they were interested because they had not thought about Twitch before. They're like, we haven't heard about it. Can you describe it? And it was really interesting to hear, to sort of be able to explain this huge company, sort of what we do. and sort of going through like, yeah, this is what the brand is. This is the platform, and there's a lot of companies that are just sort of realizing that it's picking up steam pretty quickly, and we're closely tied with the video game industry, which is now like one of the biggest money earning industries in the world, and so it might be the right time to get in on something like that or start thinking about it. So they looked at our VODs, they looked at some of the marketing stuff we were doing. It was really interesting. It's not off the table yet, so it might be something for the bar. It might be cool. And that's something, I mean, absolutely. We could trade in product. We could trade in, viewership or something. So might be cool. But that's what I'm talking about. On one hand, you got to go for big companies. You got to go for small companies if you want to do some business. And it doesn't hurt to try. Some people are terrified of rejection in their social life. And it's too bad because I think there's a lot of missed opportunity. But especially also in business and taking chances with their career or things like that, the worst you're going to hear is no. Did that physically hurt you when I said the word no to you just now? I don't think so. But it's like you have a fantastic chance, and there's nothing like I know it hurt Juice. I know it's like daggers stabbing into his soul right now when I say no. It's just because he wants his beard rubbing on my back. But take those chances. You never know what could happen. And we have a couple things in the works right now for the bar, which could be really exciting because we took some chances. So we'll see what comes up. And obviously, I'll be posting something immediately when something is solid in the bar announcements page for sure. That's my rant for the day. I'm sorry I missed a bunch of text. My friend did this with Amazon vendors. He was making unboxing videos. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I have a hard time doing sponsors because I can't endorse a crap company. My honestness doesn't let me say a good product is good if I don't think it is. That's a very good point, and I thought about that previously. I actually asked Ichi about that. About what happens if a company sponsors you or comes to you, approaches you to sponsor a product and you don't really like it. He's like, well, yeah, I'll try it out, but if I don't like it, I wouldn't talk to him. Like, oh, well, that makes sense. I think that on his level, he probably gets approached by a lot more, with a lot more opportunities than a smaller streamer. But I think that's important when you get a little bigger, picking when to say no to keep your brand active, and to stay on theme. You get a promotion, and you get a promotion, and you get a promotion. I drink on stream, beer pong, and parties, only tits. Mothers need alcohol too. That's true. Or just they need cups to pour the juice in. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I don't like rejection with career and sponsorships. You gotta deal with rejection. That's how it goes. I mean, it's not an uncommon thing. Like, a lot of people have rejection issues, and I'm not saying that it's like 99% of people do. But once you hear no, like a couple of times, it just becomes part of the business. I've heard no several times from sponsorships that I've talked to, and the answer's just been no. One of the most critical times I was told no, and I've told this story before. I was looking for guests on my Mosh's live show when I used to have guests on the show. And at some point, I transitioned to trying to get partners on the show. And I got Wild Bill, and we got Ashna Christ on the show, and we got Ichi Badass on the show, and it was awesome. So I decided that I was going to go try and get Visions, who's to me, he's a very large streamer. But I wanted to have Visions on the show because he rated me one day for like 900 viewers. And it was sort of like, not really pay him back, but I really wanted to know about his sort of stream journey. And if you don't know Visions, he's mostly a Battle Royale player. He's a partner with the Doc and Hallie and Vis and all these other guys. He's part of TSM now. He's a really good streamer. It's really excellent. But I contacted his people actually through Badman. Mr. Badman is the one who told me who it was to contact on his Discord, because it's just not taking messages. So I sent the person that is kind of like a manager aspect of his channel a message saying, hey, this is what I do. Here's a VOD. I would love to have Visions on the show. If you can pass it along with him or to him or whatever, just let me know what he thinks. And they got back to me saying, you know what? And it was the coolest message I've ever gotten, because I expected it to get ignored, straight up ignored. But he sent a message back saying, hey, I took a look at the VOD and I really like it, but I don't think it's right for us right now, and maybe it will be in the future, so I would like to contact maybe then in a little bit. I'm like, that, and it was basically saying, like, you're too small. That was essentially what he was saying, but he was not saying that. He was saying it very professionally, and it was awesome. Like, I didn't expect it, and it was a straight rejection, a hard rejection, but I loved hearing it, because it was like, okay, that's what I need to do. I need to grow to that point where Visions comes on the show. So it was a lot of motivation for me to improve the show and to keep moving forward. But it was really excellent that he was so freaking professional about it. Yeah. And it wasn't even, it wasn't nice to the point where it's like, oh, thank you so much, and hugs and kisses. It wasn't like that. It was just straight professional. Like, this isn't right for the brand right now. It could be in the future. We would love to talk then, is what he said. And I'm not going to read it verbatim, but it was something like that. It was really cool. It was a cool way to hear no in a professional way. But I'll never forget that message. And it was from someone who's not Visions. It was a business manager of Visions. So that goes to show you, like, what your brand can appear as to other people, especially smaller streamers that contact you if that's like your point of contact or something. Really awesome though. It was a really good experience. It's so funny that a really positive experience to me in my streaming career has been hearing no. You know what I mean? And like what you learn from that and where you go from there. It was such a cool day to get that message back. On the big streamer thing, I have heard many talk about once they get to a certain point, they will only take them if they can criticize the game. That's actually a really good point. When you hear no, you still do it. Like, if they say no bad talking, then they will pass on it. Yeah, that's a good one, because then it becomes, and I could see that as actually affecting your brand, where like, oh, now you're just being a straw man talking head, basically. I could totally see that. That's a really good point, and I think I would be the same way. I never take anything like that on every level. Well, I mean, look what happened with the game industry. When didn't they just recently start putting on in their magazines, like Game Informer, they just started putting the sponsored, like on the game, on the pages. When that content is sponsored by that company, they're required to put that on now, because there was such a shit show about that. About rating games a 10 that were obviously garbage. I've seen many sponsor ops that are no bad talking sponsor kind of shit. I haven't seen that yet, but that's terrible if that's a thing. Wow. His best friend. That's awesome. That's a good community manager. I strive for that. Yeah, that's an excellent community manager. Exactly. I like a community manager that can be involved and be, keep the chat going. Can also be funny and sort of, and a lot of people talk about it. It has to be like an extension of the channel's personality. So that guy that I was speaking to, I'm not going to say his name, but he was an extension of Visions. So I was talking to him as though I'm talking to Visions, basically. So that's the right community manager, and one that can speak professionally at that level. Like, he was talking the professional meeting in a certain way that, like, I hope that Visions sends him to, like, business meetings or something if Visions can't make it, that kind of thing. No, in the nicest way, that's a really good way to get a reply. Yeah, he's always the troll master of the channel as well. That was legal stuff that came to Twitch. I remember when it happened. Oh, okay. Yeah, Doc avoids saying anything bad. It sucks when that happens. A lot of people keep that from the stream. Lyric tells the stream if the convo about it comes up. Tell stream about what? Oh, I see. Okay. Mr. Badman, except pumping in ladies that I'm not his wife. Yeah, you know what? And I know that Visions has a thing on his show where he has a thing where it's like, we don't bad talk the doc here because he's a friend of the doc, and I respect that he does that. I've talked about the doc, especially when that happened. I had a show about that. If you look back at my VODs, there was a show explicitly about that scenario because I still am a fan of the doc, but that was really crazy when that happened, and I had a whole show talking about it. But yeah, that was a really rough scenario. And you know what's funny? I mean, it's not funny at all. But that shit fucking happens every day. Every single day. To people make dumbass fucking mistakes like that. And it's fucking terrible. You know, there was no good way out of that situation. I'm glad they're still together. For his kid's sake, Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have told Twitch, yeah, Twitch shit, to be honest. I think, and I said this on my show when I talked about it, I think that him saying something on a show was a stipulation to staying together, to be honest. I think that was not his choice. Of course, I had two friends who were married when I was and are divorced. Oh, really? Wow. People just love boning others. Yeah, I guess. I actually don't have any friends. That's, not the right topic. Yes. Never mind. Of course, I had two. I just realized I'm about to think of if any of my friends have cheated on their wives, and I'm not gonna do that because I feel like there's a lot of people that watch once in a while, and I can say for sure I don't know anyone that's cheating on their wife. There's a personal friend of mine. I'll say that. But I was just like started to think like, oh, I wonder if there actually is. Yeah. I honestly don't. But yeah, no, that whole situation was a fucking nightmare. And that apology video was weird. I saw it and then showed it to my wife, and actually her friend was over. And her friend was over recently because they went to go see Paul Simon, I think, maybe in concert. They go to all kinds of concerts. But her friend was over and I was talking about Twitch, and her friend goes, "Oh, like that guy that cheated on his wife." I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was like a year ago. But that's what she remembers about Twitch. She doesn't know Twitch outside of the duck crying on his Twitch channel. Like, oh man, it's a shitty scenario. And I, to be completely honest, I still really love the doc. I think he's like a fantastic entertainer, and his channel is really great. I can't attest for who he is as a person in real life, but his show is fantastic. And so what were we distracted on? We were talking about the bar stuff. We were talking about business opportunities, stuff coming soon. Cool stuff coming soon. There's actually going to be maybe an announcement tonight. I don't... Shit's taking forever. It's terrible. To be honest, people don't learn they fucked up until they fucked up. Yeah. Everybody who's not a Twitcher knows Ninja, Twitch thoughts, and the doc cheating. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, they know those people. Okay, let's do something. Let's play a game. We're just like sitting here chatting, which has been awesome, by the way. I love just chatting about Twitch. So thank you so much for joining in the conversation. Holy God, I have so many freaking DMs. I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. I'll get to that later if you are here watching. Step 1, we become Twitch. That's like from. Alright, let's get to a game. I'm going to go to a beer backstreet. I'm going to grab a beer, and then we're going to get into, I'm hoping, maybe Hitman or COD. We're going to see if that works today, because it was crashing like crazy last night. I'd love to at least complete the first freaking mission in Hitman. But I'll be back in just a moment. You hold tight.